I had a completely different video planned for this afternoon. I was outside building my shed. Look how sweaty I am. And I didn't get time to do the video about that, The Last Jedi doctor slandering me. So I'll have to get to that tomorrow. I came across a tweet that kind of enraged me. And I was going to take a shower because I'm all gross and stinky. But then I decided, you know what? Let's just go with it. Let's go. Let the hate flow through you. Let the sweaty dirtiness add to the experience that you're sharing with your loyal viewers. And I want to let you know, remember last week when I asked people to, if they did, to like the video and leave a comment? I think it worked. I think everyone seemed to get notifications from my first video. So if we can we try that this time again on this video? And I want to see how it affects notifications. So let's get into this. So a Kotaku editor not only defends microtransactions in Assassin's Creed, okay, but goes on to shame YouTubers for using, quote, not understanding what the words exploitative and predatory might mean. It's been a while since I did a kind of a tweet roast video, but it's great when I get to roast morons, people that are corporate shills, places like Kotaku and Polygon. Now, these people must sit on their Twitter. They're like this on Twitter all day. Oh my God, somebody retweeted me. Who was it? Within like 30 seconds of me retweeting them, and all I said was hot take, I was blocked. That's it. That shows you what guys like Jason Schreier are up to. I was outside building a shed. He was like staring at his cell phone, hoping for retweets after this hot take. A hot take I'm going to share with you now. Here's my take. I've spent about 25 hours with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You mean one of those free review copies? Anyway. 1, it's phenomenal. Disagree. 2, I've never once noticed or thought about XP booster or microtransactions. That probably wouldn't make for much of a YouTube video though. So what he's doing here is he's taking a shot at YouTubers. He's taking a shot at YouTube game reviewers because people actually watch YouTube commentators, and most of them are not corporate shills like Mr. Jason Schreier's weaselly face is, apparently. So yeah, I take this a little personal, Mr. Schreier. He goes on to say, it's sad how YouTube facilitates this culture where people toss around words like exploitative and predatory without really thinking about what they mean. Assassin's Creed Odyssey's microtransactions are at worst annoying. They're not a cancer on the video game industry. You're literally defending microtransactions. I'm sorry, Jason Schreier. Most of us, when we're paying $60 or $80 for specific versions of a video game, we'd like to get the entire game, please and thank you. Now, I'm not necessarily against microtransactions, although in this case, something like an XP booster is cancerous. It is exploitative because they know that there is a certain percentage of video game purchasers, people that love games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, who have gambling problems, who have addictive personalities. It's like saying a crack dealer does nothing wrong. Now, sure, people want crack, but, you know, is it really a noble job? Is cutting that with, is it making the crack less effective so that they come back and have to buy more from you? Is that okay? And he goes on to assume that the alternative is that games costing $70 to $80. Budgets have gone up exponentially while prices remain static. Something's got to give. Let me educate you, Jason Schreier. Let me educate you on the realities of how business actually works. You know what's increased significantly in the video game industry over the past 5 years? It isn't necessarily the quality of the product. It isn't necessarily the cost of producing that product. It is gigantic marketing budgets. Huge displays at E3. Millions of dollars invested in YouTube ads and banner ads and paying for shills at Kotaku and Polygon to constantly talk about their product. This is where they're spending microtransaction money, not delivering us a better game, in my opinion. And to, as a video game journalist, defend microtransactions, both defend them and take a swipe at those that would speak out against them. Surely you want this attention, Jason Schreier of Kotaku. Surely you want me to keep saying that Jason Schreier of Kotaku is a corporate shill, in my opinion. He is a moron, in my opinion. Surely. He continues. I find it hard to get mad at Ubisoft for all the ridiculousness when they made an enormous, incredible RPG that's on par with The Witcher 3. What? In scope and quality. This ain't NBA 2K19. You're saying that Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a fine game, is on par with The Witcher 3? One of the most iconic games of the last 10 years? You're bullshit. You're wrong, Jason Schreier. And to shill for microtransactions. Sure, there are a lot of complicated factors here. CDPR relies heavily on crunch, and the cost of living in Poland is significantly lower. Oh, you mean like how Ubisoft has development companies in Eastern European, in Russia and all these crazy countries? Do you mean like that? You mean how Ubisoft has developers all over the world, all of them in low-income areas for the most part? You know how Ubisoft gets government assistance to pay their developers in Canada? You mean like that, Jason Schreier? Or aren't you a video games reporter? Or do you not know that there's a Ubisoft Kev? Let's just a quick look at the Ubisoft locations. We've got one in the high, expensive, luxurious area known as the Philippines. And also founded in 2000. Another lush, high cost of living area in Pune, India. One of the 39 locations that Ubisoft has, by the way. In places like Romania, in places like China, in places like Ukraine, in places like India, places like the Philippines, multiple locations, Bulgaria. So don't tell me about cost of living, Jason Schreier. A 2-second Google search, which I literally did on the fly during this video, shows me that Ubisoft has developers in plenty of low-income places. You didn't notice the microtransactions? You are not what the industry refers to as a whale. You are not the target. You don't have a problem to be exploited. I think you're dreadfully misinformed. Whales are not people who spend $10 on XP boosters. Whales are the ones spending thousands of dollars in gacha games and money sink mobile apps. You know, the ones that actually are predatory and exploitative. No, you're dead wrong. Whales absolutely play games like Ubisoft. I used to be that way. I used to spend a lot of money on Call of Duty upgrades and all sorts of stuff. I didn't care. I didn't care because I wanted everything and I wanted it now. Now, those were the young days, the foolish spending days. But to take a shot at YouTubers, to outright say that microtransactions are a necessary thing is to not understand how business works. You don't need to have a gigantic marketing budget to compete. You just don't. You make a good game, people will play it, people will talk about it. You have a huge sea of YouTube video game people out there that would love to get a free copy of an amazing game. But instead you give them to morons like Jason Schreier. Why? Because he will publicly shill for you. He will publicly say microtransactions are something that we have to get used to and that we have to expect in our AAA titles.